thank you for joining me today. I am stoked that this thing is finished. Like, I am so stoked, and just, I love the way that this thing looks, and I'm super pumped about the way that it turned out, and just the way that it looks in the house, and the way, oh my gosh, it's just fantastic. So I am just absolutely thrilled with how this thing turned out, but I wanted to give you guys the couple of lessons that I learned while I was building this, or while I was finishing this off. So the first thing that I learned is that both paint and the polycrylic that I was spreading were more viscous than I was led to believe when I was doing my initial research on them, and so they were a lot harder to spread, but not only that, they dried pretty quickly, and it's pretty easy to get brush marks in it if you try to go back and rebrush where you've been to try and fix any mistakes you have. So try to do a good job the first time through, go slow, and don't go too far on a single stroke. Like, dip it and go, because it's not, you kind of have to hit this intermediate level of paint, because your brush strokes will end up just like flattening out with gravity. But if it starts to dry, they'll get stuck in there, so then if you go back over the top of it, you just lock them in place. So don't do that. Also, I want to apologize for any of the noise you hear. Everybody out here is doing yard work because it's just spectacular weather right now, and then it's supposed to start raining for another 2 weeks, so apologize for the background noise. So the second thing is to catch defects or missing spots. One of the things that you can do is get strong edge lighting. You can see in this video that I had a flashlight that I took around with me, and I didn't find this out until about halfway through, after I'd already painted and when I was on the second coat of poly. But highly recommend you get a nice like LED flashlight that you can just set like basically right at the bottom or right on the edge of whatever you're painting, because it'll pop out any places that are not glossy, and wet paint and poly are going to be the glossiest thing on there. I don't know about on a high gloss finish if it'll still be glossier, but I'm pretty sure your wet finish is still going to be glossier. But use that. You can spot brush marks, you can spot missing spots, you can spot all manner of things, and you can spot them soon enough that you can fix it before you lock those things into place. So highly recommend the flashlight. So the third thing that I learned is that you really want to fill your cracks before you do your finish. And I know that this is something that may seem kind of obvious, but I thought that like the little cracks were going to be just fine. But what I found is that the surface tension on the oil-based polyurethane is high enough that it doesn't even come into the cracks. Like, you would really need to slather all over the top of it in order for it to be there. But then even then, it soaks in just a little bit, and boom, you've just got a separation right along the crack. So I tried filling some of them with wood glue earlier, but it didn't penetrate very well. So after I got done sanding it, I just sanded straight through the wood glue that was there. So I'm going to be investing in, or investigating, some of those penetrating epoxies or penetrating glues to see if I can't find anything that's pretty good on that. If you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and leave it in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what your guys' feedback is. And then the fourth thing that I learned on this episode is that I love polyurethane. Maybe I'm the only one, but I thought it was an absolute breeze to work with. It spreads super easily. It looks awesome. I mean, the top of the pine board looks just incredible. And so I wouldn't want to use the oil-based polyurethane on, say, a white paint finish or a color-sensitive painted finish, but I loved the amber look that it gave my pine, and I really I want to do that more on other projects. And with how easy it was to work with the polyurethane, I want to keep using it. So if you're having any reservations about polyurethane, I wouldn't. Just have some mineral spirits on hands and some of these handy little containers, so that you can rinse off your brush afterwards and try to do a pretty good job of that. But yeah, as long as you have those little containers on hand, you're good to go, and polyurethane was an absolute breeze. So, all right, thank you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, we'd appreciate a thumbs up. And if you like the stuff we're doing on this channel, we'd love it if you could subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when new episodes come out. We've got some pretty exciting stuff coming up. I've got a potential new shop opportunity, so we'll keep you guys posted and get that video up shortly. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.